America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. The Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio.
They called the Montana
Michigan,
Senate race for Sheehy.
Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We're all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much.
The MAGA movement. And he says they. That's kind of a funny thing to say.
Every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races, and I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them, and sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that. Nobody.
I call it the
So I
weave.
just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives.
We don't know if that's true yet. We'll see how that goes. But he gets to brag about everything. That's what happens when you win.
Mike Johnson, I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
First Lady, I don't know if you know that. There she is. I haven't seen her in a couple of months.
She's like, great, we're doing this again?
Yeah. I will write another book.
Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that?
Can you believe that? Well, I mean, as her husband, you should believe that. I remember when he said, well, if there's something bad about me in the book, I'll tell you.
No, she's done a great job. Works
Don't
very
buy
hard. Works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family.
Maybe 1.
My amazing children, and they are amazing children. And we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great.
Nice job on remembering Tiffany. Good recall.
My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous. And
Victor
we
Orban?
miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss her.
But why? But why? But why?
Standing on this stage, she'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, JD Vance.
Fun now. Wait till they try to hang you. Man, this guy is so happy. He's such a careerist.
Remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he's a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp. And you know, the enemy camp is certain networks. And a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fine. He's still like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it. And then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Well, that's nice of Trump to give his VP the mic. That doesn't normally happen.
Wild.
I hate that Peter Thiel created this guy and it
Well,
worked.
Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
To be fair, it was a hell of a political comeback. You do a coup attempt, and then they put you back in the White House.
We're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Do you think he's going to pardon Eric Adams?
Who knows? Probably. But
Pardon a lot of people that were there on
Jeez.
January 6th, that's for sure.
oh yeah, January
Turned out
6th
to be a
guys,
good
you're all free to go.
choice.
And I would imagine President Biden
I
will
took a
pardon
little
his
heat
own
at
son.
the beginning, but he was. I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets. And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that little thing called special. We have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. It's the greatest country, and potentially the greatest country in the world by far. And right now, we're going to just work very hard to get all of that back. We're going to make it the best it's ever been. We can do that. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come,
Yeah, his campaign managers were really good and they would have been even better if they could have contained him, but you can't contain the guy. And JD was smart to keep that speech super short.
Chris, come here, Chris.
And it's smart to bring them up. First of all, it's gracious, which is
Susie likes to
surprising.
stay in the background. She's not in the background. Come here, say something.
And
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It
This
was a
never
great
happens.
one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a
Nothing
great
does ever happen.
47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
And they said he doesn't have strong, Mark Cuban said he doesn't have strong, smart women around him. His campaign manager was a very effective campaign manager, a woman.
Susie. They're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago, and I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. It was, when it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, what happened to your paint job? He said, we've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat. And, but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning. And I'm saying, only Elon can do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night. I had a man on the phone.
Actually.
It's
I had
actually
the
super
screen muted,
uninteresting.
no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here. And that very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold. And especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, oh, no. And I said, do me a favor, do you mind holding for a couple of minutes?
I think he's talking about the rocket still.
I thought it was a space age movie or something. I put the phone down.
Comes in.
What is this?
But I didn't pick it up for
The weave, I told you, it's going to
45
take
minutes,
40
and he
minutes
was
telling you nonsense story.
But this
Oh my
spaceship
God.
came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash, and then I saw the fire pour out from the
I
left
want
side,
to
and
go
I
to
put
sleep
it
at some point tonight. Like,
came down
And the
so
rocket
gently,
came
and then
down.
it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it. And just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby.
What are we
And
talking about,
it was
brother?
a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No. Nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated. The water, this was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives.
So Starlink is enormously successful and was a huge part of the Ukraine war. The fact that he didn't even know what Starlink is a thing he should not admit. But it's Trump.
I actually looked into Starlink because Spectrum has a monopoly in our neighborhood and our building, and Spectrum is awful. But Starlink is really expensive.
Yeah. If you're doing a war, though, you're going to need it.
No, I'm just talking about regular American consumers. It's pretty pricey.
Bryson. Oh, he was shot. He's hitting balls. Oh, he's on the way. He's hitting balls.
Who's hitting balls?
Bryson.
Whose balls are getting hit? And why?
Oh, look at him. He's got a great career going. Great U.S. Open, Bryson. That's a fantastic job.
Oh, it's a golfer. Oh, for Christ's sake.
And we also have a man, Dana White, who has done some job. He's a tough guy.
Now we're on to the UFC.
So Dana started UFC. And came to me, do you mind if I use your, nobody wanted to give him a rinse because they said it's a rough sport, a little rough. And I helped him out a little bit, and I went, and I said, this is the roughest sport I've ever seen, but I began to like it, and he loved it, and nobody's done a better job in sports. And you know, he's a very motivational kind of a guy, what he does. He gets these fighters, and they really go at it, and it's become one of the most successful sports enterprises anywhere at any time. It's doing so well. I'd like to ask
you won the presidency. Talk about that.
I know, for real, for real.
You had like this miraculous political comeback. Why are we talking about the UFC and a rando golfer and how he's hitting his balls?
Because he's inspirational, Cenk. He finds fighters
He brought Dana White up. This is crazy. Why is he bringing Dana White to the podium?
When the machine comes after you, what you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family. I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, busting with the boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
That is a piece of work. No, he's really an amazing guy. But most of all, I want to thank the millions of hardworking Americans across the nation who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. We've been through so much together, and today you showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory like like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast.
Got to be turned around.
We're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way, with so many ways, but we're gonna do it in every way. This will forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working people, these are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came
Oh, boy.
and he's going to help make America healthy again.
Is he?
Yeah, I was going to say, I got to go on another hike with that brother.
And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can
Democrats
do.
are going to lose Bucks County, Pennsylvania for the first time since 1988.
Nobody has what we have.
Wow.
But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. This campaign has been
He's
so
going to get
historic in so many ways. We've
27% in the
built
Bronx
the biggest, the
is Trump, which is
broadest,
the highest
most
since
unified
1988.
coalition. They've never seen anything like it
Wow.
in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight. When you think, I mean, I was looking at it, I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody, and it was
That's a good
beautiful.
shout out.
It was
I'm disappointed that the
historic
undocumented
realignment.
immigrants didn't come out to vote
uniting
tonight.
citizens of all
right, what
backgrounds
happened?
around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security.
Brother,
we
you
want
won.
to have
Wrap it up.
things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. But this is also a massive victory for democracy and for freedom. Together, we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny. We're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from the, can you imagine?
Well, that's a good sign that he says he's not going to do rallies anymore. Indication that he might one day leave.
A lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad. Many people, I said, this is our last rally. But now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first term, a great first term. I will govern by a simple motto.
Can we cut away from this?
Promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try, we have to try, and it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term when we became more and more successful. People started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it. Because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, God. Okay, so there you have it. Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. Let's hope that our graphic is wrong and that it's not the final election. Anna made a great point during his speech. Hey, what happened to all the undocumented immigrants that were supposed to vote for the Democrats? I thought we were flying them to all the swing states. That's what Elon said. And he said, the Democrats are going to steal the election. Donald Trump said it was rigged. Alex Jones said we're all going to be in FEMA camps. Ted Cruz said we're all going to be in Hobbit homes. None of those things ever happened, but the right-wing voters never catch on. Okay, and of course, they said, oh, Kamala would do the same thing, the Democrats would do the same thing as Donald Trump. They're not gonna do the same thing. Kamala Harris is the vice president of the United States. She could refuse to certify the election. Is she gonna do that? There's a 0% chance she's gonna do that. There's a 0% chance they'll try to cheat and try to say, well, I got fake electors in Michigan. So no, of course, she'll concede, it's over, Donald Trump has won. So last thing here, and then I'm gonna do a quick bonus episode, because all you good members, you wrote in all these great things. We'll do it quick, guys, but I want to give you guys a shout out because you're amazing. Thank you for trying to get us to the $100,000 goal today. Thank you for joining up for membership, 20% off, still possible on tyt.com. Thank you for all the things. Shop.tyt.com has a bunch of wonderful shirts. The You're Fired one, though, not gonna sell that well, because that one didn't happen. All right, last thoughts. Michael, last thoughts about the election.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the country. I'm not casting the blame in the same way that you're casting it. There's plenty of time to look at what happened to make this happen. I think that everybody who has a theory about it is probably right to some degree, and none of them are completely right. But it's disappointing. I like politics. I love this, and then I see that speech, and I think that's not a president. That's not who I wanted to see win. Forget Democrat or Republican. It would have been nice to see somebody say something about his opponent, to be gracious in victory, and to sort of press on. But again, it doesn't. This was a landslide. This was a huge victory. I was wrong. I said if it was I thought it would be close, which it was, but that's a lazy piece of analysis. The truth is, I said if it was going to be a landslide, it was going to be a landslide for Harris, but I didn't think it was going to be a landslide. So neither was it a landslide for Harris. So onward. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the Republican Party. Every lame duck president becomes someone that they run from, and if they find that this brand in some way doesn't work, it'll be interesting to see that play out within their party. But the brand is working now, and so there's no reason to turn away from it. But I still think that it's more about Donald Trump than whatever that message is.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He was not gracious. He didn't mention
no, but
Kamala
I didn't
Harris
expect that at all. I mean,
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he did bring up Dana White.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, Anna.
I take solace in knowing that the vast majority of American voters actually do agree on the important policy issues. Poll after poll shows that when it comes to bread and butter issues, there's widespread agreement. When it comes to corruption in America, there's widespread agreement. And so the only thing that I would just urge people to do is don't lash out at voters, and that's rich coming from me because in 2016, I certainly lashed out at voters, and I think that was misplaced anger. I just think that the reason why a message like we need to save democracy didn't work is because I don't think Americans feel well represented by our democracy. And I think that's part of Trump's appeal. I mean, he angers everybody, whether it's establishment Democrats or establishment Republicans who he refers to as rhinos. I mean, think about the number of people who tuned in to our live stream tonight specifically to watch us melt down, right? There's a pleasure that comes with that because, why? Just because they hate us? Or is it because they feel that the politics that have been, emphasized in this country, the politicians who have been supported and uplifted in this country haven't really worked out so well for them? I think that's something that we need to come to terms with, and people are gonna get upset about this, but I'm gonna say it. I think that it's cheap politics, and I think it's pathetic to just constantly lash out as these people are all racist and sexist, and that's the only thing that explains it. If you're gonna keep, going in that direction, I think we're gonna keep losing. I think Democrats are gonna keep losing. I think we need to come to terms with the real frustrations that voters have.
Okay, so I've got last thoughts here. First off, guys, everybody watching, make sure you come back tomorrow at 6 to 8 o'clock Eastern and every day at 6 o'clock Eastern, because you see the honest show we do. I mean, we spared no one here, and we pulled no punches, and we told you who we thought was responsible for the loss. And we're honest about Trump and the Democrats, et cetera. If you're gonna trust one news show, we're it. So now my last thought is, guys, I find myself in a weird mood. I thought I'd be angrier or sadder, but I'm not at all sad. No, I didn't think I'd be sad. I'm never sad. I get either angry or happy, right? And I got angry earlier in the show. You heard me vent. I got it out of my system. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up the pieces and we're gonna rebuild. That's what we do. I mean, look, in my opinion, the one silver lining here is the establishment Democrats are burnt to the ground. They have no credibility at all. They're a total laughingstock. And now, you don't worry, when you turn on TV tomorrow, they won't say that at all. They'll blame you guys, they'll blame everyone else, they'll blame the Russians for the bomb threats to Georgia, etc. What difference does it make? They got killed. It doesn't matter. As Michael was saying during Trump's speech, they lost Bucks County. That's right outside of Philadelphia. Democrats never lose Bucks County. The Bronx, what they get, 26% of the vote, Trump did?
27% in the Bronx.
And then the Bronx, that's unbelievable, right?
That is unbelievable.
And so the American people chose Donald Trump, period. We don't like it, I don't like it, but that was their choice and they made it. So look, the reason I was so angry at Donald Trump is because he tried to undermine democracy. But in this election, they ran a fair contest and he won. That's democracy. So if you don't like it, then turn around and give the people what they want, right? So I think, I'm gonna read some of your comments in a second in the bonus episode for the members, because some of them are hilarious, some of them are super surprising. But one of them talked about rising like a phoenix out of the ashes. And that's exactly what we should do now. This is exactly the right time. So don't listen to
tomorrow might be the last.
Okay, well, tomorrow. Okay. So don't listen.
Thank you, Michael.
Don't listen to anyone on TV. Don't listen to the Democratic leadership. They have proven definitively that they have no earthly idea what they're doing. So let's rebuild. Let's rebuild from the ground up. Let's build a populist movement that could win. And let's demand better of our politicians. Let's demand that they actually represent us. So that's what we're gonna do every single day here. We're gonna give you the honest news as we did throughout this election, and we're gonna try to make the world a little bit better, okay? So I love you guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all the wonderful people who gave through tyt.com or became a member there. To all of you that participated in any way, shape, or form. Let's do it again tomorrow. Members, we got a little extra bonus episode for you guys, mainly celebrating you. We'll be right back to do that. Hey, thanks for watching that video. We really appreciate it, guys. And we appreciate it if you become members, because that allows us to be independent, honest, progressive, all the things that you don't get from corporate media. And all of that is because of you guys. Hit the join button below and become one of us, become a Young Turk.